first, fast, accurate. With Jennifer Copeland and Rick Shutt. You're watching WSBT Channel 22 News at 6.
It is Friday, which means it's almost time for football, and it is really cold outside. Here's a look at Penn High School's football stadium, where fans will soon be filling up those stands for tonight's big semi-state game.
Yeah, Freed Field. Penn's getting ready to take on Carmel in about an hour and a half, and people in those stands are sure to be bundled up from head to toe. That's where we find WSBT 22 meteorologist Matt Rudkin. And Matt, a very chilly Friday night out there.
Yeah, certainly, Rick. You know what? People from Carmel are going to come up here and their jaws are going to drop when they see the snow that we have here in central St. Joseph County. I'm going to step out of the way. Not a lot of people out here yet, but I promise, and Pete will back me up here, this is going to change as we go through the evening hours. Thousands expected at Penn High School tonight for the big game. I believe kickoff 7 or 7:30. I'll have Pete take care of sports. We'll stick to weather. Speaking of weather, another big game in Elkhart. Here's a live look in Elkhart, courtesy of the St. Joseph Regional Medical Center. Elkhart Central's got a big game tonight. Our friends down in Winamac also have a big game tonight. So a lot of football going on across the region. Also want to show you live WSBT 22 Stormtracker radar. There's that pesky lake effect snow, but notice it's mainly in West Michigan. We're talking about Van Buren County, Allegan County, Kalamazoo County. For us, Southwest Michigan, Northern Indiana, we are done with the snow for now, but there is more snow in our future. So here's a look at the hour-by-hour forecast for tonight. Temperatures continue to fall. We're going to be in the mid-20s. By kickoff, we'll be around 20, if not even in the teens by the time you head home from the games. And join us tonight on WSBT News at 11. A lot to talk about as far as weather goes. We have more snow in the forecast this weekend, and this is not just lake effect. We're talking system snow. So Winamac, Rochester, Plymouth, Warsaw, those of you who haven't seen much will likely get a little bit. We'll talk about that. We'll detail the timing hour by hour and more lake effects in that 7-day forecast as well. Those details in about 10 minutes.
All right, Matt, thanks so much. It is a cold night out there for sure. We continue our WSBT 22 Stormtracker team coverage after all the slide-offs and the accidents that we had yesterday. WSBT 22's Patrick Roth is doing a good check on all the places that you can get your vehicles fixed.
But first, there is a very big game tomorrow. The Irish take on the Northwestern Wildcats. WSBT 22's Andy Chang live out at the stadium for us. And Andy, of course, a huge task ahead of them tomorrow. We're not just talking about the football game, though, right?
Hey, although you never know about those Wildcats, but no, of course, we are talking about snow. Right now, there's a crew of several hundred people working round the clock to make sure fans tomorrow don't have to see much of this inside.
Great.
Most Irish fans will tell you a little snow never hurt anyone.
This is Notre Dame. What did you expect?
In fact, a little bit of snow and Notre Dame go hand in hand.
This is what it's all about. Snow and Notre Dame. Rudy, snow flurries.
But what about a lot of snow?
We had about a foot of snow in the stadium.
This is what Notre Dame's crews are dealing with today and tomorrow, right up until kickoff. Hundreds of people are here to help, sweeping and shoveling all over the stadium. Any Irish fan knows snow games are nothing new, but this much snow, this close to game time, is a new challenge.
It's a task that we've never had. We've had snow games, we've had snow in the stadium, that's not unusual, but we've never had a foot of snow, within 2 days before the game.
It's also a first for Penn High School.
The AstroTurf's been here for about 3 or 4 years, and to my recollection, we haven't had to push snow off of the field before, so this is a first.
Crews here have even less time to prepare. Kickoff for a huge semi-state game against Carmel is at 7:30.
Seats should be cleared off, wear boots, and clothes to keep warm.
Now, as for Notre Dame game time tomorrow, you might be wondering about the parking situation. Are parking lots cleared? Well, you can see behind me, they're pretty packed, so they are clear. Most of those parking lots are open. Now, there is one parking lot, Burke North parking, is in question right now. Officials are still trying to decide if they want to open that up tomorrow. Also, no pedal cab services tonight or tomorrow. Again, kickoff is tomorrow at 3:30. Rick?
All right, Annie, thanks a lot. The snow did a lot of damage to cars as well. WSBT 22's Patrick Roth spent the day at the body shops out there, and Patrick, has to be really busy for those workers.
They certainly are. There were more than 100 accidents in South Bend alone yesterday, and that means there are a lot of cars in need of repair right now. And yesterday was just the perfect conditions for a lot of accidents, and that's what we saw. Today, mechanics are racing to play catch-up, and cars have been coming in all day, sometimes 2 or 3 at a time. And mechanics at the shop think they're going to see even more in the days ahead as people file insurance claims. Right now, the wait is at least a week and a half and maybe even 2 weeks. Really all depends on what kind of shape your car is in.
Well, there's all different kinds. There's been slide-offs, massive collisions, you know, like the one from the bypass yesterday. We got several cars off that.
Really, the best thing you can do to avoid having your car in the shop is, well, avoid having it in the shop in the first place. And that means drive carefully. Make sure your tires are in good shape, and even a simple thing like clearing your windows goes a long way towards keeping your car out of the shop. One of the mechanics I spoke to said simple things and basic common sense are the key to keeping your car out of the shop and on the road. From the live desk, Patrick Roth, WSBT 22 News.
New information tonight in an accident that sent an SUV into the St. Joseph River. Police say 51-year-old Jose Espinal was driving on State Road 120 when he lost control on the snow and ice-covered road. The vehicle went off the road, through a yard, and into the river near Elkhart. Espinal was standing on top of the SUV when police arrived. Crews threw a rope out to him, and they were able to bring him to shore. He was taken to the hospital after being in that cold water.
We talked a lot of accidents out and about the last few days. An SUV clearly slid on ice today at Brick and didn't make it. Roads in St. Joseph County were still ice covered in many areas today. The county engineer says she's working on a new protocol for plowing county roads in the winter. She hopes to present it to commissioners by the end of the year. Now, Jessica Clark says the first priority will be to make the roads passable, plowing one lane in each direction. She also wants more consistency in road clearing throughout the county. WSBT 22's James Fillmore is talking with her right now, and we'll have more details for you coming up tonight at 11.
Well, with more snow expected tomorrow, we want to remind you to keep sending your pictures to us. These are just a few that really help tell us the story of this snow. Some really beautiful ones that we've been getting, and I'll just cycle through a couple of them here just to show you. You can email some of them to share@WSBT.com. And don't forget to stick with us throughout this next snowstorm that we are getting. On WSBT.com, you can find everything from the forecast to road conditions and much more.
Well, new details in the massive barn fire that killed 20 animals in Cass County. Fire officials have wrapped up their investigation at the scene of the fire at Smithfield Stables. Investigators say the fire destroyed nearly everything on site. As a result, they found very little evidence of a cause. And investigators are still interviewing witnesses. Now, you'll remember the fire killed 18 horses, 1 donkey, and 1 dog on Tuesday. If you ran into a lot of traffic on University Drive in Mishawaka today, well, it's because the new Costco is open. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at how having a Costco here impacts you.
WSBT 22's Kelly Stopczynski has been in that crowd all day. Joins us live right now. Kelly, let's start with the jobs. Costco hired more than 200 people. There were a lot of applications.
More than 22,000 applications of people, Jennifer, who wanted to work in this store. And Costco pays more than minimum wage. So in Indiana, that minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. These employees, though, they start no lower than $11.50 an hour. The average wage here, $21 an hour. That's with full benefits. But experts say that the benefits for the community are far greater.
Hi, welcome to Costco.
More like welcome to Northern Indiana.
I've been with Costco since 1998.
Costco General Manager Greg Eagleton started his career with the company in California. He's one of about 35 employees who moved here for the opportunity.
I'll tell you, I was scared because the snow was falling, and I'm saying, oh, I'm not going to have a good VIP, and the community just has embraced us, and they came out in droves last night. There was over 5,000 people that walked in the building in a 2-hour period of time.
Greg,
thank you so much.
Eagleton and those other employees are buying homes here, spending money in our community, and sending their kids to local schools.
This is the showstopper right here.
But this is also about the local retail landscape.
I think what happens is when a national retailer like Costco decides to locate in a new market, other retailers know that Costco's done its homework. So if the area is good for Costco, other national stores will say, hey, maybe the area is good for us as well.
That's the long-term outlook. Short-term, South Bend Tribune retail columnist Heidi Prescott says Costco customers are good for other local businesses.
They need to dine somewhere. And then they're also looking for unique little places to go, places that might have community charm and personality. And they're here because of Costco and because of other national retailers.
And what'd you get today?
Just some Christmas presents and goodies.
Florence Lane is proof. She came here from LaPorte.
Well, I usually go to Maryville, to the Costco over there, but it's a lot closer coming over here.
And had other stops to make before heading back home.
I'm going to go to the Christmas tree shop and, I don't know, some other places.
Now, you have to buy a membership to shop at Costco. That's the line of people you're seeing right here. It has looked like this all day long. We should also mention this is a concept very similar to Sam's Club just down the road from here. I called Sam's to see how they plan to compete with this, and if they're worried, they referred me to corporate headquarters. I am still waiting to hear back from them, but an article just published on Fortune.com says more Costco members than Sam's Club members are renewing memberships each year. That report also says Sam's has not reported higher earnings than Costco since 1997. Fortune.com says Sam's is testing a new form of mobile payment, kind of processing a drive-through service so you can order online, and Sam's Club hopes to have your order ready for you, bring it out to your car when you go to pick it up. Reporting in Mishawaka, I'm Kelly Skopczynski, WSBT 22 News.
Certainly a busy first day out there.
Yes, it is.
Well, he fought back to come back from a devastating injury. Now South Bend's own Brett Banasewicz has a new fight. How you can help coming up.
And think we've seen the last of the snow for a while? Well, we haven't. WSBT 22 meteorologist Matt Rudkin is going to help you plan your weekend next.